welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers, at the channel we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madness. Moving on to our video. Yeah, so we're back again to Gregory Park. So we have heard Peter the Divine Bunting saying that the Prime Minister of Jamaica is weak, and that the JLP LGBTQ plus government they are doing a terrible job in fighting crime. As you know, we at the Jamaica Young Police channel, the only team that we are on is Team Jamaica. Yes, we are on Team Jamaica. Any party that's in government that's willing to put Jamaica forward in a positive way, we are for them. But that both political parties are, we at the Jamaica Young Police channel, because that we are a law-abiding group of people, so we support the police. And both of them they are with the Indicom Act, and they put the dagger in the knife of the police force, and thus destroying the moral of the police. And the police, they have no constitutional rights under the Jamaican constitution because of Indicom. When I was a police officer, when Edward Seaga was Prime Minister, and a statement was a voluntary thing. A statement, nobody could not force me to give a statement. If I was involved in a shooting, I could wait as long as I want before I give a statement, based on one and two little things, psychological, because you go through trauma and them things. But that the PMP LGBTQ plus party, the only thing that they're good at is to police and criminalize the police. They're good at passing laws to protect the criminals. Before they came into power in 1989, we used to have a thing called the Suppression of Crime Act, and we used to have a police division named Eradication. Yes, when eradication come, preemptive strike, you're gone. You understand? So Peter Bunting, the Bali guy, lick out against the Prime Minister. We can't say that the Prime Minister is trying, but yes, but we need him to try harder. We see that we at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we support preemptive strike, and we see the Prime Minister is going in that direction, and we support him and applaud him for that effort. The only thing, there are some things that the Prime Minister need to do if he wants to get the support of people in the diaspora, especially police officers who have served in the Jamaica Constabulary Force and live overseas. Their license should not be revoked because they live overseas. That is a straight bad mind thing. That's a PMP philosophy, that bad mind. We don't know if the labor rights has been bad mind people and watching people things, because the Prime Minister have said that on so many occasions. So that's one of the sticking point that we have with this government and with Ardley Carter and Shane Dallin and this Prime Minister. And the reason being is that they have issued firearms to so many criminals in Jamaica, and we haven't seen any head rolls or anything like that. So that's why we are not on any political party. We're not aligned to any political party. We are just on Team Jamaica. So we just want to make that clear. But you see, when we say Team Jamaica, we say Team Jamaica. We say law and order. We don't care who is the guy or who is the girl, and for them to support terrorism and benefit from it, we are against them. Period. So we are not a labor right and I wanna support the PMP. We are on Team Jamaica. Any party that's willing to rein in this monster of criminality and make criminals live in fear of losing their lives, that's the party, that's the government we are work with. Team Jamaica. We don't say PMP now in a Team Jamaica. The PMP in a Team PMP LGBTQ plus party by any means necessary, terrorism or anything. So we want you to listen to Bali Peter Bunting. Yeah, listen to him. You watch, you listen, you decide. And then after that now we're gonna let you listen to what the Prime Minister is saying and show you that the man is growing. You understand? We want back somebody like a Siaga make where criminal live in fear of losing their lives. Yes, and when I say that, I say that with no apology. And the reason why I keep saying that, when Siaga was in power, when Siaga was Prime Minister in the 1980s, and I am telling you this, I could walk from concrete jungle, walk through Jonestown, walk through Craigtown, walk through Annatown, walk through them call it Matches Lane, all the way down to the pier, and I could go out there and swim, because the pier that I Poor Man Beach in the sun, but I Poor Man Beach, a lot of youth drown down there learning to swim. And then I'll finish, walk, you never you wear shoes and them thing, the look one shoes, you understand, but you after you finish swim my pier, you sit down in the sun until you dry, put on your hand, wear back your clothes and go back. Because clothes where you wear go swim in the pier, I see him clothes you wear back, go back home. And you white like shark and you walk and from downtown all the way back to jungle, and not even a mosquito bother here. So that's why we say we love Edward Siaga. That was when, you see, after 1989, all of the artificial borderline start draw back. Man from this road I can't go on that road, all the madness there. Siaga did erase them. Criminals live in a fear. So that's what we want. We want the law-abiding people them to feel safe. We don't care about no party and them thing. That's all we care about. The PMP LGBTQ plus, all them care about is criminal. From Michael Manlewin, all them have been doing is setting up, every minute them set up agents to investigate and lock up police until them get the Indicom Act. That's all. Right now the police them now on the rights. I say all police officer end up with criminal conviction because according to them, the police now tell the truth, because the police supposed to become witness now against him his co-worker, whilst the criminal is to remain silent. So the police now know right on the Jamaican constitution, and that's what the Federation is supposed to deal with. So that is our sticking points. Alright, so watch Mr. Peter Bunting. You watch, you listen, you decide.
After 15 months, I am convinced that the best efforts of the security forces by itself will not solve the crime problem in Jamaica.
I don't afraid of no gunman.
But it is going to take divine intervention. Touching the hearts of a wide cross-section of the society.
I don't afraid of no gunman, or gunman, or gangman, or whoever.
Welcome to those of you watching on onespotmedia.com.
Up first this evening, it's terrorism, and it cannot be dealt with as ordinary criminal activities.
That's the Prime Minister's response to the torching of 11 homes and the killing of a resident on the weekend in Gregory Park, St. Catherine.
The Prime Minister says the police will be given the resources to catch the perpetrators.
Kirk Wright was in Gregory Park today and filed this report.
Prime Minister Holness at the location in Gregory Park where the 11 houses were torched. He listened to the stories of how the victims miraculously escaped being burned to death when the arsonists struck.
You were inside here when they were throwing the gas?
Yeah, remember the kids was inside here. And we started to beg them and said, they can't do that because the children are commanded by the old, so they can't do them something here. So, they must decide to just throw all of the gas on the bedroom and blaze it up. So when they see the house ablaze now, then they throw the water, the gas right here, so that means they can't come out. But there's another door right here, so because they take some run through the door right here, so now the kids them and come out right here, so.
The police say the attackers also shot and killed Ranil Horton, a taximan who had just returned from work in the early hours of the morning. The Commissioner of Police, Major General Anthony Anderson, says it is still not clear the number of persons involved in the brazen attack, but what is known is that it wasn't carried out only by men.
But also women who are willing to come over and burn out other women and children.
The Prime Minister says that this particular incident, which has displaced several persons, is a scar on our nation. He says the perpetrators will be found, and when they're found, they should not be treated as common criminals.
People who have committed it are terrorists.
Yes. Yes.
And they should be treated as such.
Yes.
They should be dealt with the limit of the law. We're going to treat this one specially. And the people who committed the crime were seen. And I'm going to be personally on it to ensure that every last one of them is found.
For the Prime Minister, criminals cannot be allowed to torch houses, and it's accepted as normal. He says while gangs are becoming barefaced, the government will in turn be more forceful in dismantling them and will use the law to go after the facilitators of criminal activities.
We have mechanisms in place which we have triggered to ensure that those who are operating overseas, as well that those who are local, those who are politically connected, and those who are influential in terms of having money to support gangs, that they are also interdicted.
The Prime Minister also hinted that new legislation could be crafted to target high-value criminals.
But of course, there is an element in the society who does not want us to empower our police force to be able to act preemptively. Because the truth is that some of these people who have committed these crimes are on the radar, but you are not empowered to act on them until they would have committed themselves in this way.
Kirk Wright.
Yeah, we are the Jamaica Young Police, and we don't care about your political affiliation. All we care about that you have 2 hand, 2 eye, 2 foot, and you have the Jamaican dialect and you're Jamaican. We don't care what political party you support. We do believe that you're supposed to be able to express yourself and move freely. You're not supposed to live in fear of losing your life because of your philosophy and what you want to do. We don't care about that. If you want to convince people to vote for your party that you love, you're not supposed to use fear and violence to get your wish. No, because it don't work like that in the United States of America. And it's not supposed to work like that in Jamaica. You understand? In Jamaica, the only thing that black people own are criminal gangs. Let me repeat myself. I was talking to one of my friends today who work at the same agency where I work with Uncle Sam, and you know, after going through the video footage of Peter Bunting and Angela Brown Burke and Raymond Price, and they come to the conclusion that these people they visited the rubble to show their support, that they were happy of what they have seen. We at the Jamaica Young Police and we condemn violence in any form, but we do believe in preemptive strike because it saves lives. Yes, as you can see right there, that woman right there, whether or not Mr. Barnes that charge of badness, because he's the man that wants to, I'm the one done, charge of badness is the man that he even threatened Dr. Delahaye, and he had to resign from the PMP party, and the PMP party, which is a criminal organization, embraced him instead of the politician. So that's how the party operate. Remember Dr. Dawes a few weeks ago when they touched the PMP constituency office in Independence City and defaced the car, and he came out and said that the PMP hierarchy would be there to denounce the terrorist act by them. To date, none of them visit there, but they have visited the JLP LGBTQ plus community in Gregory Park, Walkers Avenue, to view the rubble that their supporters have created. This channel is not for everyone, you know. This channel is for people who can think, not people who are ideologues and want to hear things that massage their ego. You know, we over here, we care zero about people's feelings. We just say it as it is. It's the truth, and you just deal with it. If you can't deal with it, you just go elsewhere. That's how it is. And if you want to educate yourself and know your history and be informed, yeah, this is the channel. You understand? And this channel is not for people who have 5-second attention span of a goldfish. So you know the slow ones, they're not going to be over here. So, you know, Charge of Badness, Rear Admiral Raymond Price, Shane William, Ian Thomas, that are scaly. Yeah man, the blood of rum punch and the tears of the victims are on your shoulder. You can't escape God's wrath. So remember that. You will pay, all of you will pay for your sins. So we see the Prime Minister finally, you know, showing some, I don't go guts in the man, I show him have 2 balls. But Peter Bunting lack, Peter Bunting in a ball for divine intervention. This man not do that. This man I show you say, alright, we are fight fire with fire. Yeah man, the act that you guys commit are not criminal. It's a terrorist act. But terrorist act supposed to get terroristic response. So years and all those 5 wanted men should not be in jail. All 5 of them supposed to be at the departure lounge. You understand? So, but you know, the police, they did not, based on 1 and 2 little things, certain things are not on the book for them to use preemptive strikes in Jamaica as they could, you know, back then when Edward Seaga was Prime Minister, when we had the Suppression of Crime Act. You know, a man named, just keep calling like he's a celebrity. Every minute him go to jail for killing somebody, nobody turn up, point him out on any parade. Yeah, oh, him so unfortunate. Why is he a career criminal? And every minute you hear that him kill somebody, him turn up with him lawyer and him come on him. Yeah, so that's why preemptive strike, because it save lives. Once you use preemptive strike, yes, guy like Scaly and the likes and O'Shea and Williams, they would not be no career criminal, you know, frequent jailbird, you know, residents at 100-man police station. No, you know, after a while, you know, you realize they're not changing. You send them to the departure lounge. That's where, you know, preemptive strike. So we appall the Prime Minister to reach that conclusion that yes, to deal with these guys, you have to use preemptive strike, because preemptive strike save lives. Yes, so we support the Prime Minister's new direction of preemptive strikes because it saves life. 1 shot equal 1 kill, preemptive strike. Yes. So we're gonna, you know, educate the Jamaican people and the people in the diaspora. This channel is not for liberals, you know, people who you know, preemptive strikes, you know, that's that's extrajudicial killing. No, we not. Hey, look here, we don't want to know bias on them thing. Because we're not mad people. Preemptive strikes save lives. So we want you, our loyal viewers and subscribers, to listen. Don't listen to, oh, you know, and they're poor, you know, and yeah, like you say, that boy at the bottom, Raymond Price, them 2 boys there, yeah, you hear the walk to visit, you know, and they're poor, they live in a place named Gulf, and you know, they don't even have proper facilities, and you know, they're poor and they're uneducated and they can't find a job. But you know, to use preemptive strikes against them, that's like extrajudicial killing. And you know, they're poor, and when they were growing up, they were moving. They didn't have a permanent place, and you know, and where they live, it's in a board house. And their mother, she was, she doesn't do anything, and the father was a thief, and he was killed by his cronies. They went on a robbery and they killed him because they did not want to share the money, and he's traumatized, and that's why he ends up committing crime. That's not an excuse, man. We excuse our lies. So you're looking at these guys, you know, these guys, all of them, you know, yeah, Charge of Badness and Samopal. Yeah, Samopal, yeah. So we, you know, in a that, we not excuses our lies. So we continue the journey. So we're telling you now, the United States government, yes, in which we work for Uncle Sam, and we are proud in farmer. The United States government uses preemptive strikes against terrorists, whether inside or outside of the borders of the United States of America, because it saves lives. So we'll repeat that again, because when people hear we talk them things say a joke we make. The United States government uses preemptive strikes against terrorists, whether inside or outside of the borders of the United States of America, because it saves lives. And we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel are all about saving lives. That's it. So the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, mulls new laws to tackle terrorists. Yeah, so the Commissioner of Police, Major Anthony Anderson, yeah, we support him because we see him try to root out the corrupt police, them, the PMP LGBTQ plus criminals in the police force. Yeah, them not to be convicted for be criminals. They are operating as criminals. You understand? Especially at the Police Federation, they are not police officers. They are a disgrace to the police force, and them supposed to charge a fraud. And we support the Commissioner of Police, Major Anthony Anderson. Yeah, forgive him. Make him stay there as long as ever. Make all of the old criminal them retire, and make them fix the police force, and we'll get some good people, because I pay criminal minded people in our police force. Yeah. Sorry for the digression, but I am just showing it that I say also I'm seeing a police officer supporting Ron James, people that I used to have respect for. I have no respect for them anymore, because they are criminals. Not only that, it's because of their party, you know. Ron James was there looking out for their party, the PMP LGBTQ plus party. Yes, that's what they have been doing. So we'll continue the journey, you understand? So, you know, so both inside the American government, them use preemptive strike both inside and outside of this border as a way to prevent terrorist attack. The justification for this is that it is better to strike first and prevent an attack than to wait until the attack happens and then try to respond. So that is why we say preemptive strike save lives. So like all these guys who are career murderers, yeah, instead of after them kill 2 people, them come to jail, nobody them not get for them charge, and them go and then witness end up dead or not turn up and them walk. So you know them a career criminal. So next time now you say them kill somebody, yeah, preemptive strike, because it save lives. That is just simple as that. So people, that's another extrajudicial killing. A save life, a preemptive strike. You understand? So that's how it is. Yes. And by using that, you reduce the murder rate, because a guy knows say, hey, once he become a career killer, you know say him reach on the list now for preemptive strikes, and it's preemptive strikes save lives, because you're going to wait for the person, for them to kill more people for you to respond, because they are terrorists now. You understand? Them see it because them are terrorists, you know. They are not criminals, you know. Criminals are people who commit crime and them rehabilitate. Them are not a criminal. Them are terrorists. Terrorists is to terrorize and create anarchy and fear. So you have to know the difference between terrorists and criminal. You understand? So, for example, if a preemptive strike is based on faulty intelligence, it could lead to death of innocent people. Yeah, but you see in our case and them thing in Jamaica, no innocent people now get dead and them thing. They are just the career killer. Yeah, we want to get rid of them. Preemptive strike. So, yeah, you see right here, Sam Paul, that time, man, we use the thing and show you. You understand? People them will contribute. And they said that Sam Paul, yeah, same devil that they kill out by St. Thomas, a certain police officer, held devil with a illegal gun, at a football game. And Sam Paul was there, and Sam Paul gave him some US currency. And then give back the gunman the gun. The reason why we don't call him name, you understand, is because of one and two little things. But we are really disappointed in the guy still though. Never work with him, know him, but we're disappointed in him. You understand? So we continue the journey. So additionally, preemptive strikes can create a cycle of violence, as they can lead to retaliation from terrorists. Alright, so the reason why that is important, because as you can see, if you remember the Klansman Wandan trial, remember black man they hired an assassin to kill the police inspector's father in Riversdale. And how do you think they get the information? It's from same police. Because the criminal, they're not police officer to know where the investigating officer father live. And this man, you understand? And them so police, you know, them are trying to drive fear in there, you know. So them are terrorists, you know. So that's why we have to use preemptive strike. So we'll continue the journey. So the Jamaican Young Police Challenge is dedicated to saving lives. We believe preemptive strikes are the way to do this. However, weighing the risks and benefits of preemptive strikes before taking any action is essential. So here are some arguments for and against preemptive strike. So preemptive strikes can prevent terrorist attack and save life. They can deter terrorists from carrying out attacks, because just when a guy knows say you're going to use preemptive strikes, he's going to think. So it's a different mindset now you put him in there, because he knows a boy, him name call already 1 or 2 or 3 times, and him now convicted for no murder and them thing. So him know say him in a cross years now, so him have to think. Preemptive strike that, you know, so a guy have to think now. So it can detect terrorists, and they can send a message that the United States or Jamaica will not tolerate terrorism. We not tolerate it. You understand? So here the activists, you know, you know, preemptive strikes can lead to deaths of innocent people. Hey, look here, man. The police are well trained. So in time them come, them know who them coming for. So if them come for Samapal, because and preemptive strike, you know, it can be the financier like Samapal, charge of badness and all them people, the people who fund crime, yeah, them become a part of the preemptive strike because they are financier. So you have to cut off the money. You understand? Because crime, you know, involve money, you know, it's a business, you know, for them, you know. And the motivation for them is them get high, massage them ego and them feel big. You understand? So you the activists, you know, oh, you know, it can create a cycle of violence and people is going to retaliate. Look, you retaliate against the government are going to retaliate with greater firepower. You understand? The thing is that now we haven't seen the government put anything in place to search and find the M16 them and the AK-47 that the guys them use. What kind of madness that? We have some instrument and them thing there, you know, where you can use to interrogate these guys, you know. If the government wants it, you know, we can give them, you know. And it not going to cause no harm. When we say no harm, you're not going to see any sign of swelling or nothing for beat them and them thing. But we have instrument where you can get a guy will give you he will give you all a mother. You understand? We have things where you can do that and them thing there. Yeah. So you just take him at a safe place in the station in the night. You understand? And you're supposed to have soundproof roof, you know. You understand? When him make noise, nobody can hear him. And I beat him now nothing, but we have, you know, things that, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, and I'm going to give you because it's car, you know, it's well. So we continue the journey. And you know, you're the activist. You know, using preemptive strikes. You know, you can be you can violate international laws. Hey, look, man, we don't want to hear nothing from the white people and them thing there. You can't tell people about international laws and them thing there. You are the biggest violator of people human rights, even to this day. So you can't tell black people how to manage them country. Nobody not tell you Europe and North America how you for run your country. So don't, you know, to tell black people. Black people have been through so many things in life. Slavery, economic terrorism. So it's time for black people to charge their own path. You understand? Criminals not supposed to. For them person violate the next person human rights, them give up for them rights to and them thing. And not talk about a system. System one. Them thing they encourage people to become criminal and them thing. You have to treat them as such. Yeah, the Bible says eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. We don't know, say, boy, alright, a guy kill people, you tell him, say, alright, next time, don't kill two, just kill one. No. We want to tell you, say, alright, you kill 2 people, you're not going to kill nobody more. We are sending you a departure along. I just saw it go. We might sound, I just saw it, and it was part of life. Everybody one day I go reach there, but some of them you have to send them faster. I just saw it go. So we continue the journey. So ultimately the decision of whether or not to use preemptive strike is not a difficult one. It is easy answer, and the risk and benefits is there. You understand? It is essential to use preemptive strikes against these terrorists because it saves lives. And we appreciate the Prime Minister Andrew Holness, you understand, to speak up that he support preemptive strike against terrorists. Because what we have in Jamaica, you know, these guys are not criminals, you know, they are terrorists. So we have to use preemptive strikes. When the Prime Minister said that there's a group of people, you know, you have to understand politicians different from we at the Jamaica Young Police, you know, we not talk political correctness because you don't want to inflame the conversation or the argument. We say it because we don't care. I just read that. So when he's talking about there a certain element or section in the community who are against this kind of thing, yeah, you thought about the, you know, the big Swati woman, Jamaican for justice. Yeah, we find one of the most depraved, you know, you understand. Yeah, you know, one of them guy there, you know, like a kid Ralph, I make them know which part she live. So him can pay her a visit because she support rapists and all them things. So nothing wrong. You know, even Stephen, you understand? So he's talking about people like them, the people like the so-called human rights. Them are not human rights group, them are criminal rights group, because these are people who embolden these people. That's why them burn all the people them house. And you notice now, Jamaican people, you realize who are your enemies. You notice up to now, you know, you don't see them come out and denounce the criminality, because that's where for them funding come from. The more terroristic and the more killing is the more money them get for continue to perpetuate the cycle of madness. You understand? We totally against people killing other people. So yeah, so you know, look, all of these guys, them are charge badness, soldier and Sama Paul. Yeah man, and the people them are Gregory Park know them. You understand? Although we don't put on them label upon them know them. You understand? Yeah, the man in I read that he is brother, and we'll continue the journey. So as we said, and we'll continue to say, we applaud the Prime Minister of Jamaica that he's opening his eyes to what is happening on the ground, because Jamaica, you know, we don't have the criminal, you know, these guys are terrorists, and the only way to deal with terrorists is preemptive strikes. There's no other way. We know that the PMP LGBTQ plus party, they have been a party for criminals, support criminals over the years. I am from the belly of the beast, and when we say we are from the belly of the beast, that's what we mean. We mean that that's where we were born and raised. We have seen it. You understand? We can't tell you about what happened at Ëmptįvê. The only thing that we can tell you about Ëmptįvê is what we have seen on the news. And you know, you have to understand, you know, that and since I've become this, you know, elderly person, yes, I'm a big man now, I've realized that the media houses in Jamaica are enemy of the poor people. If you notice, you know, they did not show you when Peter Bunting, Angela Brownburg and Raymond Price visit the people who were dislocated by the terrorists in Gregory Park. They didn't show you because their body language speaks volumes. So they didn't show you. They are enemy of the poor people. We support the Prime Minister in getting the legislation of supporting preemptive strikes so that we can take out all these terrorists. The same way like in 1981, June 1st, 1981, when Trinity, Tony Hewitt and Tom Levine and others, the Scullion, you know, whoop where all of them men there, you know, both General Stark, he never served in the military, lit them where. And when they put them in a vehicle and them thing, then they open, you know, they pick up, the blood does a leak like a ice water. You remember the ice truck, the Kingston ice truck them? Yeah. And them used to have sawdust and when the man them come and then just fling down the ice pan, it just slide and lick up, you know, in a corner, you know, at the bar, or, you understand? Because that's how it used to be back then, you know. I don't even know if Kingston Ice even, I don't even know them still about, because people have whole heap of fridge now and them thing there. Yeah, so we support the Prime Minister, yeah, in preemptive strike, getting rid of the criminals them. And if you notice, is one kind of people them in Jamaica right now, unleash terrorism on the people them, and the people that have aligned to the PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization. It's not a political party. Political party don't operate like that. You understand? So the terrorist attack, it's opening some of the people them eyes, and we'll continue to educate the audience and the massive inside Jamaica and outside and the diaspora. If you have reached this far in this video and you haven't subscribed to the Jamaica Young Police channel as yet, subscribe, like the video, share the video, comment below, and we'll respond in time. And most importantly, there's a link within the description box marked patreon.com/Jamaica Young Police channel. Sign up and become a member of the Patreon squad, so that we as a community, and we're gonna share the Jamaica Young Police.com website with you guys to once you sign up and become a patron, so you'll be able to, we can communicate on different website. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police channel out.